Good day, everyone. Aliii here from Safi Financial Network. Today is January 7, 2025. Another daily analysis. We just got a hard sell-off today. Market just going all the way down to 5,900 after hours. Just bounced back up to 5,920. As I said before, we are in a volatile period, and as long as market is below this pivotal point, which is a 2024 December pivot, we should just give market a bearish momentum, and as long as it is above this pivot, we should just give it a bullish bias. So we are in a choppy environment, and I believe that this choppiness is gonna be here for a while, and potentially we are gonna forming a triangle here. So you see one day up, the other day is down, and everyone is trying to justify the news on the market, but this is the pattern right now we are sitting. And based on the weekly chart as well, as I said before, we are in a volatile period, and this volatility is just started, and it's going to be here all the way in 2025. So stay tuned for a very, very disappointed year for investors, for those people who are just buying and hold, just because they got used to the same pattern in 2023 and 2024. But this is not going to be the same here in 2025. So you should just be careful about what's your perspective. You need to have a strategy, because I believe that if market gives us a potential dip, a potential significant low, we're going to just get back to the buy side, just because the rally is going to be exponential. And if you're seeing some kind of like exponential rally, we should just take profit, because it's not going to be one of those bull markets that people just got used to in 2023 and 2024. As I said before, we are kind of like staying tuned for this one. If market is getting a good buying opportunity somewhere around a 55 to 5,600, then we're gonna just get back to the long position. And as long as market is chopping around here, we are kind of like a very prudent, and we are just picking some stocks like Nvidia. We just sold out all our positions yesterday with our subscribers, and that was a fantastic 15% profit, less than a month. We got Nvidia at 130, and we just sold it out at 151. So again, as I said, market is very, very choppy, and this is a trader's environment. This is not going to be investors buy and hold a strategy. Actually, this here doesn't work, I believe. If you haven't watched my forecast for 2025, make sure watch that video. I'm going to put the link up there. And there are lots of educational materials, and they're kind of like telling you exactly why I'm relying on traders market rather than investment environment. All right, so S&P 500, as I said, we are just looking for a 55 to 5,600 for a great buying opportunity. As long as it is above this pivotal point, which is December 20th, we are going to give market bias to stay in this range, and as long as it is below this range, we are not going to hit new all-time high. If we get above December 26th, we are going to hit new all-time high. Potentially 6,300 is coming down the road. Right now, I would say we are kind of like in a choppiness. Moving on to Nasdaq. Nasdaq is the same pattern. This is weekly chart. Let me moving on to the daily chart. So Nasdaq was kind of like a leading to the downside today, still is forming a higher high. Here is lower high but higher lows. So this means the range is here, and it's getting tighter and tighter when we are getting to the end of this triangle. So either breakthrough is going to be aggressive, new all-time high 23,000 or 19,900. So that would be the best scenario if market give me a chance to get here for a great run to the upside. So that would be my favorite scenario if market gets to the downside. And we are kind of like forming this bearish wedge here. And this bearish wedge actually already tested yesterday, and today just followed through to the downside. So if you just see that, we are kind of like a touch above SMA 50, but if we get below this pivot, I would say the free fall is coming. And there are lots of charts I'm going to show you in this video today. individual names, they are kind of like a very, very interesting. They are kind of getting into the scenario that we are seeing a free fall or waterfall is coming down the road. So stay tuned for that one. Moving on to Dow Jones, which was negative today as well. So Dow is forming a bearish consolidation. This is a pole. This is a bearish flag, bearish consolidation. If we get below this December 20 low, I would say it can slice this one down as well, going all the way down to this pivot, which is going to be 40,000 area. So 40,500, that's the scenario that I'm looking at for Dow. There are lots of individual names again in Dow Jones. They're giving me the signal that we should just see the free fall to the downside. Moving on to gold. Gold is forming, I would say, small bullish consolidation. Still, we are in a trading range around this at 2717 and also this pivot around 2600. But this bullish consolidation, small one, we may see a pop again to 2717. Make sure watch this level, 2717. If we get a daily close above this, we are going to go new all-time high, coming back test, potentially to new all-time high. If we don't get above this, and we just pop and test and getting back to the downside, this time everyone needs to be careful about this pivot, which is going to be 570, because I would say that would be the perfect scenario, which is going to be this wave, exactly the same scale is going down to finish the correction to the downside. And then we should get ready for a massive bull run with gold. Still looking for that correction. So 2450 to 2460, that's the area that I'm looking at. Moving on to silver. Silver just had a positive day. It was kind of like a rejected at top of this white range bar. And also we are getting into interesting stochastic bull reversal, a bear reversal scenario here. So if we get to the overbought condition bear reversal, this means we are getting a high, here's the lower high, and here's the lower high for a next move to the downside. And that would be the perfect scenario for me, because I would say this bull reversal here around this 26 to 27, coming along with weekly and monthly bull reversal to the upside, which is going to be a fantastic scenario for silver. So I'm just waiting for that one long time, and let's see how it goes. If market can give us the final chance for this, that would be amazing. Moving on to crude. Crude just getting back to the upside today. $74 established itself above 74. Right now, bullish consolidation. Another bullish consolidation is coming. We may see another pop here to strong resistance here, which is going to be 75 to 76. Actually, it's 75, 73 to 76, 92. That range is very, very important. This moment is going to be moment of truth. If we get above 76 to $77, this means we are breaking through this trend line after a while, and potentially we are getting above this pivot, which is heading us to higher highs. And that higher highs, it's going all the way up to 92. Let me just show you here. So this is the wide bearish trend to the downside. And we just tested a couple times here. But if we get above this, any pullback would be a fantastic buying opportunity to $97 to $100 down the road for crude. Still waiting for that one. I was waiting for this rally to get breaking through. It didn't happen. It just went to the choppiness here. But right now we are getting another tackle to 77. So we will see how it goes. Moving on to individual names, starting with Bitcoin. Like market today, Bitcoin had a sharp sell-off. And this means potentially we are seeing end of this corrective rally, and we may see this scenario is coming. Still, I'm hopeful for this to get back long into position and long for Bitcoin. So we will see if Bitcoin can give us that opportunity. That would be perfect. And 74, 80 to 86. So these are my levels. I'm just looking for a reversal on those levels. Depends on the market. Ethereum is the same. Cannot recapture this trend line. Hammer it to the downside. 28 to 3,000 is coming. Bond yield a downtick today, and this is very, very choppiness here. We may see final tackle to here, and that's going to be the capitulation for Treasury, which is going down right now. Treasury is just on free fall here, and I'm just moving my level to here, 82 to 85, potentially for a double bottom here. So we'll see how it goes. That's bad days for Treasury, but I believe this one is getting back to the bull run. VIX 10%, 11% to the upside. Not a bad session. Dixie 7 cents down here. And actually, this is future market. Dixie had a nice run to the upside, and that tells me potentially Treasury is going to go down more. It's going to put pressure on gold, the stock market potentially, and bond yield is going to have a final high. Magma indicator slaughtered to the downside, $27. And this is kind of like a bearish momentum. If we get below this pivot, this time we can even get below this consolidation. We will see Apple just a $2 down to the $2.79 bearish consolidation. We may see buyers are coming back again to this support here, but if it consolidates here, this means it's going to breaking through to the downside. Amazon $5.50. This is bullish. Actually, this is a bullish pattern, but there is going to be a failure chance to here to 204, 202. That's my favorite level to get back to buy position. So we'll see. I'm just waiting for that one. Meta, the same pattern here. It just popping to the upside yesterday. Today got down. And this W pattern forms, at least for short term, we just got a double top formation here. So this means the double top formation, we may see a sell-off coming. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to Microsoft. This is one of those charts that, folks, I'm telling you, this chart is telling me that potentially we are seeing more downside for Nasdaq, just because this chart is not strong. It cannot manage to new highs. It cannot manage to new all-time high. It just formed the top here in July and cannot manage to new all-time high. When I say this chart is sick, I'm kind of like a careful with the market. So we may see some kind of like a choppiness going down again to this level. And also we may see some kind of like a 368 to 372. I would say that's very, very high probable scenario if we get below this pivot. Stop hunting everyone when we are getting to this weekly demand area. So we'll see how it goes. I'm just looking for that one. Right now it's 422, but Microsoft can go down to 370. Google cannot manage to highs today, just forming another a sell-off signal here, which we may see some kind of like a downside for Google. It's not going to be that ugly like Microsoft because obviously we managed a new all-time high, but it can go all the way down to 168 to 164 for a decent corrective move. Netflix, $2.60 down, still holding up nicely. But I would say the momentum is shifting to the downside. Potentially, we are getting down to 745. Tesla, just momentum is getting to the downside here as well. So $16 down. And if we get below this level, which is 360, it can go all the way down to 300. SMH, semiconductor index, after hitting to this important gap window here, just sold off sharply today. This is one of the strongest a bearish engulfing candle. You can see that the same pattern is here at this top, the same pattern we just see here, and you see that semiconductor index didn't go higher than that for a long time. So everyone needs to be careful about this because if we get a follow through, we may see beginning of the sell-off all the way to here to 232 to 236. So we will see how it goes. SOX, the same pattern here. Just that getting to the upside, I thought that it's going to be a breakout yesterday. But when I see this shadow, just the last hour trading session yesterday, we sold out our NVIDIA. And NVIDIA is kind of like forming the same scenario here. And I was kind of like saying, market is potentially for the short-term top. I was right. So Taiwan Semiconductor engulfing at the top. This is a bearish signal, folks. It is exactly like this. Look what happened after that. So we may see some kind of like a scenario. This one is coming potentially. we may see some kind of like a this is the level. So let me just to show you here. So this is the level that I have on my radar right now for Taiwan Semiconductor. This one can go to 155 to 164. So we'll see how it goes. AMD, after forming a higher high, higher low here, we just see this is a corrective rally, potentially ABC off for a next move to the downside. We will see. NVIDIA, look at this, folks. This is ugly. So when I see this yesterday, I said, guys, I'm out. All my positions closed for NVIDIA. We bought it here and we sold here. Pretty sharp move to the upside, but I would say NVIDIA can go all the way down here to this trend line. This is very, very interesting trend line. And also it comes to this weekly demand area. So this is going to be 112 to 120. We will see how it goes, but if NVIDIA goes down, I'm just looking for a reversal here for a long position. Texas Instrument, managed positive, but you see that it's just going up and then getting back to downside. Lam Research popped, could hold up until last hour trading session. So it seems like $80 is very, very strong. $79 is very strong for Lam. And I should say this is the area that everyone needs to be careful. Somewhere around 80, let's say $80. If it gets above 80, it can go easily above this, this, and this. Potentially, we are going to go all the way up to here. But right now, it's struggling. When it's struggling, this means the entire sector is struggling as well. Moving on to the XLF. So that's why I'm kind of like a bearish on Dow. I would say the next move is coming. This is forming a bear flag. And this bear flag can go to 45 to $47 down the road for financial spider. Moving on to the KBE. This is another bear flag, folks. This is another bear flag. Cannot move higher significantly, just having like a choppiness here. KRE, the same pattern here. It's forming another bear flag here, folks. So this may go down significantly as well. JP Morgan, just the top tier. And I believe the next rollover is coming down the road. And that's going to be kind of like a pressure on the banking sector as well. Goldman Sachs, $3.27 down. Bank of America, 68 cents up. But look at the candle here. This candle is just exhaustive candle. And we may see going back to the downside. Wells Fargo, 45 cents to the downside. Engulfing pattern here at ABC corrective move. So this one can go all the way down to this gap fill, even potentially lower to this demand area. That would be ideal. I'm not sure about this, but here gap window, $64. That would be a foreseeable scenario. Moving on to the gold GDX gold miners. They're just popping today, managed positive, but look at the candle. Pop sold off sharply, and they cannot hold up very well. This is not bullish, folks. This means pressure is coming for gold and gold miners again. GDXJ, 55 cents up today. AEM, look at the shadow here. It just popped, sold off. Newmont, sell off again happened. Last hour trading session still struggling with this bottom here. Franco Nevada, great move, but it was better actually in the morning. It was at 126, $3 down today for intraday, but I would say the total is $2.56 up. Still sellers selling this flag limit here. Gold, which is gold barrick, forming a bearish consolidation. This one can go down to $13 or $14 aroundish. Moving on to the XLE, which I believe this sector can come along with crude, and this is kind of like a better sector, at least for now. And XLE just 87 cents up, XOP $1.53 up, OIHF $4.11 up, not a bad session at all. Keep grinding higher. And Exxon just getting back to the upside, but again, sold off intraday. Chevron, better pattern here. Exxon is lagging, and I don't know what's happening to that company, but it is lagging, obviously, in energy sector. All right, folks, again, exciting time. We may see some more pressure. Selling pressure is coming for the next few days, potentially next few weeks. Just buckle up, be careful, be prudent. Have a fantastic evening. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.